Hello guys and welcome back. So now we're going to continue and add the arch and add a copy of this pillar, and we need to add some details here. So I'm gonna simply copy this, and I'm gonna do another version. So let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna set this to 100 and maybe just 60.2. Something like that. I'm not going to worry too much about the detail, I just need something. So I'm going to flip this, and let's move this aside. I'm going to flip this to -1. Okay. And I'd like to get something similar here, so I'm going to play with the values a bit. Let's see, that is the top, so we don't need any square details in this case, and the circle as well. So let's see what we get here. Not that, I'm not gonna touch that. Yeah, so something like this is good. Okay, and I'm gonna take this part. This is not perfect, but I wanna get over with, so we need to progress faster. And I need this top part to create the arch profile that we're going to use. So let's do a polyfill. I'm only interested in this top part, so let's select this. See what we get. Okay, let's do a polyfill. Great, and I'm gonna change it to single polygon. I only need this flat surface, and then I'm going to select that surface and delete everything else. And this is what we're going to use for the arch. And let's connect this now with the rest, and let's transform it and make sure everything is working. Sorry, this is the polyfill, and let's move this part up. Okay, it may not be perfect, but I think you guys will get the idea very, very soon. And the good thing, we can always go back and make changes quickly. So I need this fragment here. So I'm gonna split this guy. I'm gonna clip this along the x-axis. Yeah. Delete the other side and maybe move this in a bit. And that's it. We're going to use this for the arch. So let's create a circle. Let's template. Let's not template anything. Let's create the shape that we need. So this is the forms that we're interested in. I'd like to create something like this. This is very easy. So we're gonna make it a little bit more challenging. And we're going to start with a circle. I'm gonna paste what I have already. Okay, so this is the circle, and I'm gonna clip half of it to only have a half a circle. That's the part, and then I'm going to transform it. Now, let's take a look at the transform and template this. As I move this, you'll start seeing the shape that we need. See, this is the part that we're interested in. Okay, so we need to find the combination of these two guys, and we're going to do that using a Boolean node. Let's add this, and done. Now if we move this, You can see we're getting the arch that we need. And we can change this shape here, and that will work perfectly fine. Cool. So what I need next is I don't need all of this. I only need the top part. So I'm going to carve this. Okay, let's take a look at the points. Cool. And let's make sure. Cool. So I don't want the bottom part. I just need the top part. So let's find that. And you see this carve is not giving us the range that we need. So what we need to do is we need to shift the point number. So I'm going to resample. First of all, I need to add more points. So let's resample this. Something like that. And let's carve this again. And you can see it's not giving us the part that we need. So I'm going to add a sort. And with this sort, I'm going to change the sort number to shift. And let's shift the points. And we need to view this result, but do the offset here. Actually, it's not shifting because it's this is based on the UV. Okay, let me think. Interesting. Okay, for the time being, I'm not gonna worry too much about this. I'm gonna do something by hand. So I'm gonna select the edges and we'll figure this out. It's not a big deal. So I just need the bottom part, and then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take this guy here and we're going to copy it. And I want to create my own loft tool. So I'm gonna copy this to the points, copy to points. And let's see, these are the points. Primitive to copy. And let's make sure we are somewhere in the same range in terms of scale. So it looks like the arch is very, very small. Let's increase that. Take a look now. Cool, so we have some points getting copied. And this is fine. Cool. So what we need is we need to add a vector to align these guys, and the easiest way to do that is using the normal. So let's find where we did the normal, and we also need to define an up vector. So this is the normal on these points, and we need to define an up vector, and that's equal to positive y, basically. Let's take a look now at the copies. Cool. So I need to transform this back at the origin, this guy here, otherwise the copy is not going to behave nicely. So I'm going to add a transform, move to centroid, and let's take a look now. See what we get. Cool. So we have our copies working, and let's add some transformation to align them. let me figure this out and come back in a few seconds. So in order for the position to work properly, the our object must be at the origin, or somewhat that makes sense to use the position vector as a vector. And right now this arch here is not, this arc is not at the center, so we need to move it. I'm gonna tick on move to centroid, and it's there now. I'm gonna move it up so that these points normals or the position is coming straight out. Same for this guy. We want these guys to be going in this way. Let's take a look. Yeah, we want this to be this way and this way. You can see that here. If we change them, this position is going to change and this is going to change. So it's very important to have that, to have it properly at the center. And then let's copy the geometry. Cool. You can see it's flipping here, which is fine because we're going to run into an issue anyway with this shape that we need to clip it. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. And then let's just skin this and see what we get. Okay, so skin is working, and let's rotate it so that it's inside, because that's what we need. So -90, perfect. And then I'm going to simply clip that and clip the bottom as well, and clean it up by hand basically. Okay, so that seems to be working. And let's do another one facing the X. Sorry, this way, and keep. Don't want that. Okay, let's move this. Yeah, we don't want any of that, so we're gonna clip it. And this is the best way to get that clean cut in here. All right, let's add this with these guys, and let's transform it to place it back where it should be, because we moved the object and the arc to the wrong location. So let's do it by hand. And you can see now it's connecting perfectly with this. We just have to line it up closely, and we have our geometry. Now it's very small, we have to increase it, but I think you guys get the idea. So I'm gonna mirror this geometry like that, and let's take a closer look and make sure it's very tight. And let's increase this blend consolidate schemes so it connects them. And let's take a look. Now the ratio is obviously not there. I want this guy to be bigger, so let's do that. Let's go back here and maybe set this to 150 to 100. I would highly recommend that you guys take a look at the references that I'm going to share, and use those when building this. So let's move this back a bit. Cool. And it's I'm sure there's also a more organized way, but I'm trying to get the geometry done so you guys get an idea about what I'm doing. Cool. So this is great. Let's do this. Let's add a copy and transform, and let's transform this. And this is where the modularity trick comes in. See how with just one arc and one pillar I got to fill in this space. That's because of the gap in between this. And now we have to just fill in this space with something interesting. Okay, there's a little bit of gap here, so I'll fix that, and then we're going to add an interesting detail to fill all this, and hopefully have some areas to add some interesting bricks. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in a bit.